Welcome back. In this lesson, we will explore Perl's three main data types: scalars, arrays, and hashes. These are fundamental building blocks for handling data in Perl. So, a scalar variable, which start with dollar. A scalar variable stores a single value, either a string, number, or reference. Scalar variables always starts with dollar sign. For example, I'll write here dollar name equal to Chandan. So we can say this is our scalar variable. We can also put here dollar age equal to 30. Then also we can say dollar price equal to 9.99, something like that. So it will automatically convert your data based on the type. So this is how you can declare variable. And it is always suggested that you should use my. Whenever you are declaring any variable, you should use my and then keep the name. Although if you will not mention, there will not be any problem. Still it will work. Now to print it, what we can do, simply we can write print, and here I'll say name and then put here dollar name slash n. So inside double quote, if you write normal text, it will be treated as a print statement, but if you will put dollar sign, that means it will be treated as variables. Similarly, I'll say copy paste, and here I'll say age. Let's put here age, and then I'll say again price, and then here I'll say price. So let's print it and compile and run it. Right, so here it is saying that global declaration of price. So you can see we get compilation error, and it is happening because we need to declare here my, right, because we have used here a strict mode. So if I'll just comment this strict mode and try to run again, you can see we get output name, age, and then price. So a strict always we should use, it will enforce us to use proper naming convention, variable names, or any syntactical error it will be fixed by using strict. So it is saying we should use a strict. Even if you see here global symbol price requires explicit package name. Did you forget declare my? Right, so it will properly tell you about what exactly problem you need to fix. Save it and then I'll run it again. Now you can see we get proper output. So remember, whenever we use scalar variables, we use to store a string, number, or any references that we can store here. Next thing that we need to do is array. So this is called, let me write here hash, and I'll say scalar variables dollar. And then next thing that we need to see is hash, and here I'll write arrays. So arrays in Perl we write with @ symbol, and it is used to list of data. To store list of data we use this. An array is an ordered list of scalar values. It starts with dollar and elements are accessed using index number. For example, here I'll write my and I'll say @colors equal to. Now to store we need to use braces and terminate it. And here inside it you can use double quote, and then you can write here color name. So I'll say red, green, and then I'll say blue. Now if you want to just print the value, you can use print, and then in double quote I'll say dollar colors, and here you can just put the index slash n. This is how it will print the first value. Similarly, you can say 1 for second, 2 for third. Let's check. You can see now it is printing red. So always remember, whenever we learn array, it will always start from index 0 and it will go further on that. Let me try adding here some other value apart from the string and try to access that. So I'll say here 0, 1, 2 and then 3. I'll try to access 3 and let's see if it's working or not. So it's saying that syntax error at line number 17, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So execution aborted due to compilation error. So we have compilation error here, and compilation error might be because of semicolon. Let me just put it and try to run again. So yes, it was happening because of semicolon. We should always terminate that and then we can see output, we get 100. So in array you can store any scalar data. It's not that you should store only a string. You can store even number or a floating point, right? So I'll write here scalar values are used to store a string or we can say text, right? Then numbers, and numbers can be floating numbers. These kind of values you can store in that scalar, and in array anything that can be a group of data you can store here in arrays. So common operations that we can perform in arrays are like adding elements, right? So for example, I'll just remove for now, and let's try to, we can make comment like hash. Let's try to add some elements. So we can use push, and here inside push I'll use at the rate, variable name, colors, and then what value you wanted to put. So let's say I wanted to push 100. That means this 100 will append here, and then if I try to access, we can access through the index number. Let's try to check. You can see now 100 is printing. That means this value 100 we have added here and it is now being printing. If we want to remove it, then also we can do using pop. So we have pop function, and then just mention here array name. It will automatically remove the element. So now it's printing because we have just written here. So it will print, or just wanted to, let me just print again. So it's saying that line number 22, use of uninitialized value color 3. That means this pop removed the last element, and now inside this we don't have any value. So if I use 2, then you will get the output, right? Blue. 100 is not available there. So if I just wanted to print, let me just do print, only print colors. Let's see what it will print now. So it's saying that colors require explicit package name, and then only it will print. Right now it's saying my color, and it's not happening anything. All right. So if you can see, if we wanted to print the total size, then we should use a scalar, print a scalar, and then here the name of the array, but with use of at the rate. And if you run it, now you can see it will print 3. So if I'll just do like this way, array size, and here I'll just do in double quote, but what we have to do, we can just stop here and then use dot to concat, and let's print now. So it's saying that, right, we just need to remove this double quote. So here if you'll see, right, if you just need to concat to a string, then we can just write dot. And it's saying that array size is 3. Array size is 3 here. Now if you want to print all the data available in that array, just write here array and then just use the variable name. So it should, okay, still it's printing. So if I'll just write here print colors, let's do that. It's printing red, green, blue. Whatever thing available in that array, it will print those things. Now next thing is we have hashes. So whenever we use hash, so let me just write further. So hashes, I'll say hash. So hashes we use with percentage. At the rate we use for array. Hashes we use percentage, which is a key value. I'll say key value pairs. Key value pairs, if you want, we should use hashes. So a hash is an unordered collection of key value pairs. It starts with percent and elements are accessed using curly braces. For example, my percent person equal to, now here also we will use small braces, and inside this we have to use key value pair. So I'll say name and then we use arrow function, then comma, then we use age, and here we can use age, then we say city. I'll say here Pune. So this is how you can declare hashes. And now to access, we can just write print, and in double quote I'll say name, and here I'll use dollar to access person, and inside this we use curly braces, and here I'll write name. In single quote I wanted to access name, and then I'll say slash n. So with the use of person, with the use of variable, and in single quote we can use, so we can say see that name equal to Chandan, right? It is printing, although we should use here slash n. So I'll say slash n, and in the previous one, so it will print the value from that. So we have red, green, blue, and then in the next line we can see name equal to Chandan. I have just accessed this particular value Chandan by the key name. So dollar person, and in the curly braces you should write name. Similarly, if you want to add a new key, then also you can do that. You have to use dollar person, and inside curly braces, let's say if you want new key job, you can also do that, and I'll say engineer, then new key is added in that particular field. If you want to check whether the new key is available in that or not, right, then you can just do print, and here I'll write message exists, um, and then we can say slash n, and here after that exists print. If exists, then print dollar person, and here I'll say job, right? I wanted to check whether this job is available. If exist, then it will print exist. it is saying missing semicolon in previous line. Here we have missed that. So let's put here semicolon and remove from here. Let's run again. So you can see it is saying exist, print exist if exist person. Let's say I'll just say 1 and then try to see. So print exist, right? So exist is not printed here because this job 1 is not available in the given hashes. In this particular person, now job 1 is not available, only job is available. So in that case, you will get output as exist. Similarly, if you want to delete it, you can also just delete. We have delete keyword available, delete $person, and then just put here the name. So I'll say job, and this one will be deleted. You will not get any value, any output, just it will say deleted. And if you just print this again, you will still not see the output. This one will not print because the job is deleted from that. So here the key difference is, so if you see this one, key difference between a scalar array and hashes is that we have feature data type. So a scalar is used to store single value, array is used to store multiple value, and it is ordered list. Then we have hashes, which is key paired. Prefix we use dollar for the scalar, at the rate for array, and then hash for is a percentage for hash. Example, we can say dollar name Alice, color, and then person. Similarly, we can access using dollar name, dollar color 0 if you want to access the first value, and if we want to get the value by key, then we have to use dollar person and then name. This is how you can easily access the value from there. So after that, we can say that great job. Now you understand basic scalar arrays and hashes in Perl. Next session, we will explore control structure like loops and conditional statements. So try creating and manipulating a scalar array and hash variables. Share your experience in the discussion. See you in the next video.